Then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss, no loss, no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus.
Yeah. What's up? It's Christian and Kevin here live on NYY Underground. It's a Thursday night. We said, hey, you know what? Let's give the people a little preview of what's to come in March when the Bronx or Nowhere officially debuts. So we got not a lot going on in Yankee land. So let's sit here and talk about nothing happening all winter long for the Yankees. Huh, Kev?
Isn't this crazy? Like the amount of barely any moves that the Yankees have done. I've never been through an offseason this slow. Like for the Yankees to have Trent Grisham as their knight in shining signing.
Don't say that. Are you going to call him the a knight in shining armor?
Yes.
Is it gotten it's gotten that bad?
I mean, I think listen, the weather signing is good though. We'll get into all that. But man, would it fucking hurt to get one guy? I don't know, a nice little Nico Horner trade, or maybe we sign a little Bo. You know, if even if we get Bellinger, it's like it's gonna cost us like fucking $50 million now because of Tucker.
We're here live tonight, Thursday evening on NYY Underground. If you're in the chat here tonight, like this video, subscribe to NYYU. Kev, like you said, let's get the Cody Bellinger stuff out of the way early because I think that's going to be the most talked about thing here. The Yankees are apparently at 5 for 155 for Cody Bellinger. They are reportedly still at an impasse here. After Buster Olney said that the Yankees expect him to sign elsewhere, Jack Curry kind of said, well, the Yankees aren't optimistic or pessimistic about Bellinger. It just kind of seems to be like a waiting game between the Yankees and Cody Bellinger. Let me start you off with this. Do you think there is a potential mystery team out there? I don't think the Dodgers are doing it. We obviously know what the Mets are up to, where they're willing to throw $50 million per at Tucker for 3 or 4 years. I had heard it was even up to 5 earlier today. So they're not willing to go 7 for a younger and better player. We know the Dodgers aren't going to do it. Do you think there's a potential mystery team out there that can get in the Yankees' way of re-signing Cody Bellinger?
I don't. I mean, I think what happened with Cody was the asking price for them from the Cubs. They looked at it like, no, we're good. And then I feel like the Mets were really into Cody. And then when Cody is expected, a rumor that he wants 35 and he wants a 7-year deal, some shit like that, right? 6, 7, haha, whatever. That's what the kids say.
I quit.
My son told me, Dad, it's 2026. Leave that meme is from last year. I was like, oh damn,
Oh, you
sorry.
just caught on to it, but the kids already left it behind.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but listen, I think that once the Mets saw that Cody, there's Boris is pushing Cody to take 35 7-year deal, they're like, might as well go out for Tucker. And now they're in discussions fighting with Toronto. I think whatever team falls out from the Kyle Tucker deal will be the team that ends up going at it with the Yankees for Bellinger. And I don't think Bellinger is going to sign until Tucker signs, because if Tucker signs for $50 million, that helps out his conversation tremendously.
But if he signs for $50 million with the Mets, then what does that leave Cody Bellinger with?
Probably saying like if this guy got 50, I could
No,
play
but
first base. I'm as good as
where does he go though? Is what I'm saying. If the Mets were real, if we looked at this offseason coming into it, what was the biggest threat to the Yankees re-signing Cody Bellinger?
if
Was it
that's the Mets. If that's the case, then I think that maybe Toronto would just go after Bo, bring him back, and then leave Cody Bellinger alone. I'm not sure. I mean, but again, if he's so hell bent on getting $35 million for 6, 7 years, I don't want anywhere near that for the Yankees, man. I mean, we're talking about a 36, 37-year-old Cody Bellinger making 35, almost the same amount as Judge. I don't know, man. It's tricky. So I right now I have the Yankees like at a 50-50 slot at getting Cody Bellinger, man. I'm not too confident in him.
We got Vinny with the super chat here. Thank you, Vinny. He says, I hate this team so much, sitting here worried about Belly when the Mets are about to get Tucker after Soto. Shame on them. Okay, shame on the Yankees.
Okay.
But
What do you think?
let me ask you this question here. Let me frame it like this. Do you
Uh-oh.
want the Yankees to miss out on Cody Bellinger?
Yes.
Do you want the Yankees to miss out on Cody Bellinger because you don't like Cody Bellinger, or do you want the Yankees to miss out on Cody Bellinger just to see what the next move would be?
I think that if the yes, your second part, because I think that if they pivot, which I hope they do, to maybe like a Nico or even a Bo, I think it would help. Because I think that Jason can have a very good year if he's given a full playing time when it comes offensively. And towards the end of the year, if Jason's defense still worries you, you have a very good defender in Spencer Jones who you can call up and you can have him close out games if in the postseason and in the outfield. So I don't know why we're hell bent on giving some fans are that we got to bring Cody back if it's even if it's 35. I don't think so.
The reason why I w- I don't I've gotten to the point now where I want the Yankees to just walk away from this because it's getting
Agreed.
ridiculous that we're less than a month away from spring training and Cody Bellinger, who was a salary dump trade last year, is holding up their entire offseason. Okay. But if my options are Cody Bellinger or Harrison Bader and Nico Horner, I have to take Cody Bellinger. I'm sorry. I don't think either one of them moved the needle. I don't think either one of them make the Yankees a playoff team, but I think for me, Cody Bellinger is a much more known quantity to me. And if you, and people are going to argue with me on that, but outside of those 2 years where he cratered after the MVP season, he's been a really good baseball player. Okay, look at his OPS pluses outside of those 2 bad years. He rebounded very nicely with the Cubs, and he had a really good year for the Yankees last year. Okay. But the fact of the matter is that he's still not a guy that should be holding up the Yankees' entire offseason, which is what he's doing. So if you're telling me we're pivoting from him and getting Nico Horner, who's a nice player, and Harrison Bader, been there, done that, I'm less excited about that than Cody Bellinger. What I want the Yankees to do is to pivot shouldn't even be the pivot should be Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette should be taken very seriously for the New York Yankees as the big free agent that they're going to sign here. Okay, it makes the Yankees have to get creative, and I think that scares everybody a little bit because it requires the Yankees doing something else. You can't just sign Bo Bichette. You have to make another move if you sign Bo Bichette, whether that's trading Volpe, trading Jazz, trading McMahon, or as Pete has brought up in the past, you ask Jazz to move to left field, which I don't mind athletically, but scares me a little bit from this perspective is you already asked him to move from outfield to third base and third base to second base, and he's in a walk year. Is he going to get cranky about it?
Can I say something to that, man?
I mean, you can if you want to.
We and everybody in the chat, you guys remember those days. There were the Yankees left field situation has been um a fucking black hole since Brett Gardner. And if we go to the most recent years before this whole Cody Bellinger, Alex Verdugo, all that, at one point we had a rotation of fucking Billy McKinney, Jake Bowers, and fucking Willie Calhoun playing playing the outfield. Okay, so it's like, is Jason Dominguez that bad that we have to move Jazz to left field? I always like the conversation is let Bo play his last year in shortstop, even if it's going to be rough, because he has Ryan McMahon and he has Jazz Chisholm next to him, two guys with really good range. So I mean, I feel like as long as I don't have to see Anthony Volpe anymore on this team, I'm okay with that. That to me is the main thing. Like if Jason is such a bad outfielder towards the end or even mid of the year, then you call up Spencer Jones. I mean, at what point are we going to see what Spencer has anyway? Is he going to be 28 when he gets called up? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, the Yankees have to see what if they're not going to go out there and get the free agent and they're not going to trade their top prospects. Can we see them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of seeing Anthony Volpe. I'm tired. That's it. Can we get to the next guy, please?
Well, who's the next guy?
Spencer Jonathan Jones, who's doing a bunch of teacher man drills. He's doing a lot of teacher man as judges hitting coach, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Because you're
For
the
those
only
who
one
don't
that knows
know,
that. Okay.
for those who don't know,
Okay.
but he does. He's doing a lot of that in the offseason. So we might get I don't know, a 40 home run Spencer Jones here if he comes up and plays the whole year. They have options, bro.
They are they winning options? They have options. Yeah, I think we can figure out what the Yankees would be with Cody Bellinger, but what do we know if they take a step back from that? And this is another point that I want to bring up here. Wait, let me table that for a second here, okay?
All right, number
one, I think we all should be smart enough to realize what the Yankees actually think of Jason Dominguez, because they didn't give him the position last year. They allowed Trent Grisham to be able to get high and hit 34 home runs. They never did that with Anthony Volpe. It tells you everything that you should need to know about what the Yankees internally feel about Jason Dominguez, okay? That's number one. Number two, okay, if you want Bo Bichette to play shortstop this year, what are the Yankees doing with Anthony Volpe? What are they doing with him?
Well, isn't he targeted to come back around June anyway?
No, like I mean, unless you heard something different, I had heard maybe he was going to miss the first month of the season.
I thought it was late May, so I always count that as June because the Yankees do shit like that. Where
okay, so let's say he misses the first 2 months of the season. What is he, just relegated to the bench for the rest of the season?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what you say, and that's what I would say, and that's what a lot of the fans listening would say. But what do the Yankees say about that?
I think the Yankees would use him, which is funny, which they would use him at they would sit Jazz against lefties and play Volpe at second.
You're going to platoon Jazz and Anthony Volpe now.
That's what I think that's what the Yankees would do.
Do you understand how stupid that sounds?
What team are we talking about?
I understand that. Who coined the phrase "smarter Yankees"?
Was it you?
That would be me.
Oh, I thought that was the other guy.
The other guy? Don't you have one of those?
I gotta find it. I moved, so I gotta look for it.
Oh, you got a new crib?
No, I downsized, bro. No, these season tickets for the Yankees, man, they're taking all my money.
You don't go to.
I'm part of the problem.
You don't leave the state. Somebody might be looking for
Shut up. No, but seriously, dude, like at the end of the day, why Christian, why are we sitting here talking about Anthony Volpe? He's a bench piece. That's what you've earned. All right, you got to work your way back to the start, to the front of the line.
We are talking about him because we know how this organization is run. That's why we're talking about him, because we know how this organization is run. Are the Yankees going to pull the plug on Anthony Volpe when all they did tell you is that he sucked last year because he had a bum shoulder? And they want you to forget that 2023 and 2024 existed. So they're just going to pretend that you're dumb, that you don't remember those 2 years existed, that the last memory you actually have of Anthony Volpe from 24 was the Grand Slam in the World Series, and you just take it from there and say, oh, look at his Grand Slam, and then he hurt his shoulder. That's what they want you to remember about him.
Can we stop with this, like, and I'm talking to the Yankees at this point. We get it. New Jersey kid, grew up a Yankee fan, was supposed to be the prospect from the area who became a great shortstop, like whoever you wanted to compare him with. I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't belong to be in the same sentence as the people that they were comparing Anthony Volpe to. I will say this. When they drafted him in 2019, they drafted him, and then they drafted TJ Sycamore, and then the Orioles took in the second round Gunnar Henderson. I've always asked myself why the Yankees drafted Anthony Volpe over Gunnar Henderson. And I went back and checked. Maybe Anthony Volpe had better high school numbers. Well, let me tell you this. He hit 488. Anthony Volpe hit 488 with 7 home runs and 34 RBIs. And guess how much Gunnar Henderson hit? 559 with 11 home runs and 75 RBIs and 17 doubles. I purely think that this was a marketing they thought like, we got a local kid who's good, who's gonna and it's up. Everybody knows the end to this movie. We're done. I'm done with the Anthony Volpe experiment. Again, if he ends up being a good player here, he's gonna have to earn his way back. I'm sorry. This whole notion of that he was hurt. Then why did you play him over Caballero when we got him? Like the Yankees cannot fool their fans. I'm sorry. You're talking to New Yorkers who watch. You don't bullshit a bullshitter. I'm sick with this Anthony Volpe dude. I'm sorry that I gotta go off like this because Anthony Volpe drives me insane. There's one guy that you think Trent Grisham pisses me off. This whole Anthony Volpe's elite pisses me off. I'm done with Anthony Volpe, bro. He can't even throw the first.
You want a Mets update?
Oh shit, they got him.
No, Cohen just tweeted about 20 minutes ago. He says the reference is that we're waiting for a decision. That's all he knows at this time.
Oh shit.
So I'm assuming that Kyle Tucker, probably maybe before we sign off here tonight, Kyle Tucker will have a new team.
And if he's a Blue Jay, I'm gonna be even more pissed.
You're gonna be pissed because that means Cody's going to the Mets?
Imagine that. Blue Jays got way better. Cody goes to the Mets, and we're sitting here talking about when we get Anthony Volpe, Garrett Cole, and Rodon back, we're a much better baseball team.
Well, I think we all understand that the Yankees believe that they were a healthy Garrett Cole away from going to the World Series last year. But if you don't bring back Cody Bellinger, I mean, how do you even tell the fan base that?
And we're still hearing that the Yankees and the Mets are the biggest callers when it comes to Peralta. So it looks like they're still trying to get even deeper from the rotation. Could that be what they're trying to do to maybe, I don't know. I mean, go run prevention. But I mean, if they go that route, then again, you're not going to get Bo Bichette. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm not concerned about their run
about.
prevention as much as their run scoring ability because this team, I don't like this team on paper right now. Even with Cody Bellinger, I'm not in love with this team on paper offensively. I don't know if you're one of these nerds that want to sit here and tell me that, oh, they had the highest team OPS and they had the high. I don't care. I think we all realize the Yankees do one thing really well, and that's beat up on bad pitching. How good was that offense in the postseason? Even in the games they won, they didn't score a lot of runs. Outside of the game in Toronto against Toronto when Judge hit that home run, they really didn't score a lot of runs. They didn't score a lot against Boston. They didn't score a lot against Toronto. So that's why I look at a guy like Bo Bichette, and I'm like, that instantly changes your lineup right there. That's a guy that you can put in there. You know he hits in the big spot. He's a right-handed batter. You have none. You have Aaron Judge. You have the best right-handed batter, but outside of that, you have none.
Yeah, 80 to 100 games of Giancarlo Stanton.
And then whenever, you count. You can count Jose Caballero if you want to. I guess he'll get the first crack at being shortstop. Or do you think it would be at Cabrera?
No, it'll be Cabby. That's another guy who I don't know who's in the mix of maybe losing his utility spot but I mean that again, why are we concerned about those guys when look at their career so far as Yankees at one point and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I feel like Brian Cashman has been like taking advantage that Aaron Judge is so fucking good that he can piece it away, put lipstick on a pig, as they say. The 1 year that you gave him a fucking legit superstar next to him, they went to the World Series. And yes, Aaron Judge didn't do well in the postseason, but everybody else did. Sometimes it doesn't fall only on Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge takes you to the postseason. Sometimes we don't know what we get. So at the end of the day, for those who say that, well, you're gonna fucking criticize Jazz and Cody because it was a 8-game stretch. This is the second year that Jazz has been to the postseason with the Yankees. Go look at the year before that. It wasn't great. And I don't know what the fuck Cody Bellinger was thinking about this year where he was swinging at the first pitch every fucking time.
That's the thing. You want to bring about negatives about Cody Bellinger is that really bothered me when it got, especially I started noticing it a little bit more in September. And then once the playoffs came around, this was a guy that I fell in love with because he had a 2-strike approach. He wasn't trying to hit a home run every time he up there. He had a plan. If you watch a lot of Cody Bellinger's at-bats from the beginning of the season through, I would say, some point in the midpoint of September, this is a guy, he keyed on one pitch, to take a big hack at and try to hit a home run. And every other time he was trying to make contact, trying to work the count, trying to get on base. And especially with 2 strikes, this guy was not trying to jerk the ball out of the ballpark. And then all of a sudden the games got bigger and he was just trying to hit a home run every single time he was up there. So if that's maybe he started pressing when the games got big, and maybe that's a red flag for Cody Bellinger, because overall his numbers in the postseason are not great. So maybe he is a guy that presses in October. But
Bo isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We know Bo doesn't press in October. Look what this guy did in the World Series on one friggin' leg.
And for those saying that Bo's injury and Bo's knees, listen, I am concerned of how Bo is gonna age, but at the end of the day, he can transition to second. This would be the final year of him possibly playing short. And if Giancarlo is hurt, then you give Volpe a couple of games defensively, and you put Bo at DH here and there, and that's how you go about the season. I mean, we all know. I mean, not for nothing. I mean, Giancarlo's gonna miss anywhere from 60 to 40 games. He does it every year, so you're gonna have flexibility throughout the year for both of those guys. And at the end of the day is what I'm trying to say. Like, we're trying to win right now. You see Boston making their rotation better. You see the Blue Jays they just went to the World Series and they added to their starting rotation, and they're in for Kyle Tucker, and it's rumored that they're giving him 10 years. It has to be at least $45 million AAV, I'm thinking, because the Mets offered him 50 for 4. I mean, 50 years per AAV for 4 years. That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but you got to think that if the other team offered 10, they're at least at 45. But I mean, you see everybody around you, the Baltimore Orioles, they're getting better.
Yeah, I mean, the Baltimore Orioles are a lot better. Or you would think that they were after they signed Helsley and Pete Alonso.
Yeah, and then they got Cano coming back in the bullpen. So it's like Adley Rutschman, if he has a bounce back year with Gunnar and everybody else, they're gonna be a lot better. So this whole notion of that we like our team. Well, you liked your team last year and you got your ass beat by Toronto and Boston all fucking year. So you're gonna just beat up on the fucking White Sox and the Nationals, but then when you play your division, what's gonna happen? I swear, man, this whole their foot off the gas. I don't like it. I don't like this shit. You see every other team trying to get better. Fucking Philly's trying to get Bo Bichette. Why are the Yankees just sitting here with Trent Grisham?
Well, look, man, I think we have to realize something here, and this is a big reason why this is the year the Yankees should really sell out to try to win a championship, is because we don't know how much longer Aaron Judge is going to be the best player in baseball.
Yep.
He's going to be 34 years, he's going to be 34 years old this year. When does Father Time catch up with Aaron Judge? Could it be this year? I mean, we're all certainly hoping that it's not. But this guy's on a 4-year stretch where if he doesn't run into a wall in Los Angeles, he is a 4-time reigning MVP, because those are the friggin' numbers that he was putting up in 2023.
Yep.
Eventually, Aaron Judge is not going to be that guy anymore. And I've been talking about this a lot, is that it's hard for the Yankees to produce offensively when Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball, to have other guys around him produce to ride with Aaron Judge when he's the best player in baseball. What if Aaron Judge goes from 330 to 305 this year, and instead of hitting 50 home runs, he hits 40? Where are the Yankees making that up from? Now think about it. Think about that. 305 and 40 from your best player. You'd sign for that in a fucking heartbeat. But that's a downgrade for how great Aaron Judge has been. Now tell me where the Yankees are making up that offense if Aaron Judge takes a step back this year.
It's not from. I don't think it's going to be from Wells. I don't think it's going to be from Anthony Volpe. It's not going to be from none of the guys that they have now, unless Jason has a breakout year. But they don't like him. So I mean, like you said, so where are you going to get that production from if that happens? And this is why I mean, like, how are you not after these next 3 years? Cole comes off, Rodon. You got guys fall, Giancarlo. You could worry about that team then. go for it now. Like if you don't want, I understand not giving Cody 7 years because of that. But then what's wrong with giving Bo 5 or 7? He's younger. By the time he's aging out, he's gonna age out probably with him and Judge will be the veterans of the team. And we've seen guys at 30, Simeon's freaking 38 playing or 37 playing a second base. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I can't worry. This is what I get it. Like right now, nobody has a 6 or 7 year offer on the table for Cody Bellinger. So why offer it if you don't have to?
Correct.
Right. But I can't worry about years 6 and 7 of Cody Bellinger when we have to win a friggin' title in the next year or two. The Yankees have to. The Yankees can't watch the clock hit 0 on Garrett Cole's contract and not have a title. The Yankees can't watch Aaron Judge climb up the ranks and be looked at as one of the top 10 Yankees of all time and not have a title. So I can't worry. People, that's what pisses me off about fans. I can't. Why can't you worry? What are you so worried about years 6 and 7 of any contract? Why are you worried about these things? The Yankees haven't won in going on 17 years now. I don't care about 7 years from now. That's why there was a mock trade, Luis Gil and Lagrange for Freddy, and I initially said that seemed a little steep, and then I was bullshitting back and forth with Francis. I'm like, this is exactly what I'm talking about selling out to win this year. Who cares that you have control over Luis Gil for another 3 or 4 years? Who cares that Lagrange could possibly be our Mason Miller? If Freddy Peralta and Garrett Cole and Max Fried and Cam Schlittler is the fucking rotation that wins the Yankees a World Series, I don't care about Lagrange and Luis Gil 3 or 4 years from now. If Cody Bellinger is one of the pieces that's going to help us win a championship this year, I don't give a shit about years 6 and 7. And that's short-sighted? Yes, but we haven't won since 2009. I have earned the right to be short-sighted about the Yankees and what they should be doing this offseason, okay? I don't care how irrational that sounds. When you haven't won since 2009, and the only year you put another legitimate superstar around Aaron Judge, they went to the fucking World Series, I'm going to be short-sighted.
They showed you what it takes to get there. Get this man a legit number 2. And we can argue that if it's Cody or not, but Cody is what it is. The options are Cody, Bo Bichette. I know we're talking about Nico Horner. I like the Nico move, but again, it's not Nico doesn't look like the guy that's going to help Aaron Judge get to the promised land.
Put the Yankees
exactly over the hump, which I agree with what you're saying. My whole point also is the Yankees right now, this next season, if they don't win, they will tie for the longest drought in Yankee history without a championship since 1979 to 1995. 2027 will be year 17, and if they don't win then, we are currently in the longest that would make it the longest drought. So for those guys, including like Michael Kay, that says, well, the fans are talking, as always, it's the fans' fault. It's the fucking fans' fault who pay all this money to fucking watch this team. Oh, the fans they must think they're no better than the front office of the New York Yankees because they win the 94 wins and most in the AL, tied with the. How did they look against their own division with Cody Bellinger? And even if you bring Cody Bellinger, our whole point is Grisham has to have a similar year, which is 34, 35 home runs to what he had last year, which is an outlier year. And let's hear about the underlying metrics then. So again, this whole nonchalant New York Yankees front office makes no goddamn sense. I love the Weathers move, and we could talk about it. I love Weathers. We're talking about another guy adding to the rotation for now with gas. And if he doesn't work out, who cares? He could come from the pen and throw 99. So it's not a bad move. So I don't know why guys were like, oh, it's a good move. The Yankees barely gave up nothing. And I like Dylan Lewis. But again, what we saw last year, and you saw when they played the Blue Jays, it was exactly what the Blue Jays did to the Yankees the entire year.
Did the Yankees really look at any point in 2025 like that they belonged in the same field as the Toronto Blue Jays?
At no point. At no point. And and the the Blue Jays go out and get Tucker, I just can't wait to see what the Yankees are gonna do. I mean,
And for
again,
everybody in the chat saying that even with Bellinger, the Yankees don't win the World Series, I am with you 100% on that. That I don't think that the Yankees are a healthy Garrett Cole away from winning the World Series. They do. They think that. So why are they dragging their? It seems like they're dragging their feet, signing the guy that they think is the one of the missing puzzle pieces. I would rather go get Bo Bichette because, as I said, there's a lot of reasons why Bo Bichette makes a lot more sense for this team than Cody Bellinger does. Number one, it changes the face of this team. It changes the makeup of this team. It shakes up the core of this team. Okay, you bring in a guy that is a gamer. You bring in a guy that was in the World Series last year. You bring in a guy that battles his ass off to make sure he was on the field to play in the World Series and had a hell of a World Series with one fucking leg. Okay, number two, this team is extremely left-handed. 2 years ago, they had no left-handed hitters, and now all they have is left-handed hitters.
overcorrection.
Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. It's a massive overcorrection from the Yankees with acquiring Jazz Chisholm and Ryan McMahon, and they have a left. They have three. Oh, bro, I want to punch something right now. Who has three left-handed catchers other than the New York Yankees? They don't even platoon behind the plate, which everybody does. It's like one of the basic rules of building a fucking baseball team is your platoon behind the plate. If your starter's a lefty, your backup's a righty. I mean, it's basic. Basic baseball 101. Your backup is the opposite of your fucking starter behind the plate. Not the Yankees. And then the third guy they rotated in, Ben Rice, is a fucking left-handed hitter. And Paul Goldschmidt was a righty. Okay, the one righty they had in their lineup last year. Who's replacing him? A left-handed hitter.
How many lefties can you get?
Yeah, you need a right-handed bat in that lineup to go along with Aaron Judge. I would love to see what this lineup looks like with Ben Rice in the middle of Aaron Judge and Bo Bichette.
Yeah, and to your point with the Austin Wells, I was looking to see where can the Yankees get another catcher to help out, and I did a little deep dive, and I looked at it. It looks like last year, not normally, but last year Wells had reverse splits where he was better against lefties. Caratini is a guy who is very good against righties. So if the Yankees go that, or I believe I was looking at because Caratini's a free agent. That's the only reason why. But the Yankees need to get a legit backup, a guy who they can platoon here and there.
It's not,
and it's not going to be Realmuto. Yeah, I agree. It's not,
because I don't think the Yankees are ready to give up on Austin Wells, number one, and number two. They're not. While they have a very affordable option back there, they're not going to turn around and give Realmuto starter money for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yep. So I mean, listen, I like JC Escara, but he's a very good framer, so there's value there. So what you do is
so
you
the
get
lady
a guy
that works at fucking Michael's Crafts, bro. We don't need her behind the plate either.
I was gonna say what you can do is you get the legit backup for Austin Wells, and then you could trade JC Escara for a reliever or something. He has a lot of value because again, he's a lefty.
According to the Yankees, everybody in the league loves him. That they were turning teams away at the trade deadline last year.
For JC Escara.
Yeah, you didn't hear Cashman say that?
No, I'm not gonna shit on JC. I love his story and everything about it, and I think he could hit if he gets the value. But even what we saw from him, teams like. So what I'm saying is there's value there. We just can't have 3 fucking lefty catchers because that's the whole thing. So the Yankees have that we haven't even talked about. To your point about this drought, I think it's people are not understanding why the fans are so frustrated. There's just this nonchalantness of the front office, especially when it comes to me what I like to call pride of being a Yankee fan and pride of playing for the New York Yankees and defending your house. You know how many teams have celebrated on the Yankees field in the last four years? It's been 4. So I mean,
Toronto,
it's like
the Dodgers, they didn't make the postseason in 23. The Astros in 21,
Astros, Toronto, and the Dodgers. 3.
In 20, and then in 21 they lost in Boston.
So it's like this whole notion that it's like, whatever, we'll get him next year. This is what I feel like this front office, and if I have to hear, I have to listen to Hal Steinbrenner talk about the fucking profit margins one more time. Look at the equity of the team from when your father bought it to what it is now.
Well, Kev, they're revamping the scoreboard, so I mean that's a big deal right there.
That's a huge deal. We're going to be able to see that the Yankees are losing 11-3 a lot clearer.
They could sell more sponsorships on the fucking scoreboard this year, but they're not turning it around and signing players.
I was laughed at when I said that the Yankees are have their own self-imposed budget when they signed Trent Grisham. This is why I didn't like the signing. Everybody was like, "There's no such thing as a bad one-year deal." I'm like, when you have a fucking budget, there is, and it's looking like the Yankees are trying to stay under 300, which is insane, man.
I can't imagine that the Yankees wouldn't have been really more involved in Tatsuya Imai if they didn't give Trent Grisham $22 million.
Yeah, I could see
They
that.
don't like the prices of the starting pitchers that are out there. That's why they went to. We'll talk about David Weathers and Ryan Weathers. I'm sorry. I'll call him David for 5 years, the entire time he's here. They don't like the prices on some of the starting pitchers that are available in the trade market. Well, you had a guy that has the potential to be a top of the rotation pitcher. All you had to do was pay him $18 million, which, by the way, you paid Marcus Stroman to be a bag of dog shit for the last 2 years.
God, thank you. And give them the opt-outs. Get fucking creative, man. Everybody's out here doing 1 year. You're giving great. There's no such thing as a 1 year deal. So give this motherfucker the same deal. Give him a 1 year opt-out. Who cares? $18 million. We're really, even when they got Stroman, and everybody said that Stroman is not going to be, if Stroman can pitch to a 4 ERA, I don't care that they're paying him $18 million. I'm pretty sure Imai's going to have a much better than a 4 ERA next year, and he's going to be making $18 million. Why? What's the fucking holdup, man? It's just, as a Yankee fan, it's very frustrating because you're in a drought. You haven't won shit. Everybody's making fun of you because you're out here talking about how much you have to pay the city. You got a deal. You're paying $80 million. You're not paying $100. Don't make it seem like you're paying $150 million in tax. You're not. So this whole fucking crying about sell the fucking team. I agree with Trevor May, who's another YouTuber now. Now Clint Frazier's a YouTuber. Everybody's a YouTuber now. So, I mean, it's like, I agree with, sell the team if you're going to be crying and bitching about, or get a billionaire involved. What are we doing? Look at the other teams that have, literally the two guys that are competing for Kyle Tucker, which I think if Tucker gets 50 is also wild, but hey,
he's not a $50 million a year player. I'm sorry.
And he's not. So if he gets that, you look at the two teams that are fighting for him. The Mets.
Well, they have two richest owners in the sport.
Thank you. So if you're going to be crying about it, sell your team to Jeff Bezos and let Yankee Stadium be called Amazon Fresh Stadium.
Yeah, I don't care, bro. You could fucking put a Whole Foods in the parking lot if it means the Yankees are going to win the World Series. I don't really care.
This is what they don't understand. You win a World Series, then you don't ignore us for 5 fucking years. Have the payroll at $200 million. I don't give a shit. But don't tell us that we haven't won in 16 years and you want to sit here and act like, oh, Yankee fans are overreacting. Everything is going to be okay. Remember everybody fucking saying who have they signed that the Yankees wanted? Players are starting to fall off the board, man. Fucking ridiculous, bro. This whole fucking cry of the profit margins, and I don't want to get into it, but it's not as everybody seems. Fucking motherfucker.
Okay. Are you all right?
No. Hal drives me up a wall, bro, when he
I don't blame
about money.
Look, this is my problem with Hal Steinbrenner is he doesn't understand that the fans don't want to hear that. They don't care about what your expenses are because our expenses are great just to come watch this team play baseball. I mean, we live in New Jersey. I mean, I'm out. I don't even know how much it is to cross the fucking bridge anymore, and to park the car. That's $100 right there before you even
yes.
it doesn't even count buying a ticket or
beers
or anything else that you're going to do while you're in the stadium. And he's talking about New York City tax. I don't care. Nobody cares about how much you paid for the stadium 15 years ago. Nobody cares about that. The only thing we care about is what you spend on the players that are on the baseball field.
Thank you.
That's all that any Yankee fan wants to care about. And if those expenses are too great for you, then I have never been here before, but it's time to sell the fucking team, okay? You don't excuse me, you don't love this. I've said this before. Hal does not love this. This is a fucking burden for Hal Steinbrenner, okay? He does not want this. He feels like he's the only one that can do this. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'd rather see your sister run the fucking team, okay? Because at least I know she likes baseball. I
Yep.
see this woman sitting out there in the rain watching the Yankees play the fucking A's in the middle of June. Where are you? Where are you, Hal? If the president doesn't show up, neither do you. We set the bar for Hal Steinbrenner being at Yankee Stadium for when the president of the United States shows up. Other than that, His Holiness doesn't grace us with his presence. Sell the team, bro.
Pope Hal. The Pope. Well, this is what we call him, Pope Hal.
Call Pope Hal. He wants an audience with the president. Other than that, I can't be bothered. It was a tough Christmas for Hal Steinbrenner. I don't know if you guys know that. His daughter wanted a pony. He couldn't afford it. He's got a stable of horses. He said, I can't get you one this year. Times are tough. I got to pay tax to New York City. Mom Donnie's in there, okay? I got to pay the tax now. Give me a break.
It's a joke.
You're paying me. I'm paying $30 for 4 fucking chicken fingers, and I got to listen to you, excuse me, bitch about state tax. Shut up. If this is too much for you, get rid of it.
Thank you. That's all we're saying. You don't want to spend much, but you keep employing the guy that spends the money ass backwards. And what I mean is by the whole Brian Cashman, he's the one, the allocation of funds. Well, if it's not that, it's this, it's the other. Make up your mind. Either you want to stay at 300, so the guy that you're employing that's doing that, and listen, Brian Cashman does a lot of good things, but he also has a lot of things that he hasn't done in a while, which is win a championship. And if we're honest, the championships that were won when he was a GM were with the fucking nucleus of another GM. If we go by that, Brian Cashman really's only won one fucking ring. So is he a great GM? He's a great GM of making it to the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you this, and if George wasn't dying, would the Yankees have even won that World Series?
That would be interesting. I don't even think he gives A-Rod the money. I think he lets A-Rod walk, which is hilarious.
Well, that's why Hank got sent to go play with the horses, because he was the one that brought A-Rod back.
And what happened? Exactly. Look at that infield. You're talking about Mark, Nelson Cruz, Hader, Teixeira. You're talking about Robinson Cano. You're talking about Derek Jeter and A-Rod in the infield.
I mean, I can't imagine a better infield.
It's like you had A-Rod, Derek Jeter, and Cano, and in 2009 you said, fuck it. Give me CeCe. Give me Burnett. Give me Mark. And this is what I mean. We're not asking to go hard that way, that much, because that, I mean, again, I don't think we ever see something like that. That's exactly what the Dodgers are doing, by the way. What you saw the Yankees do in 2009 is what the Dodgers have been doing the last, not this offseason, but the prior 2 offseasons. They just keep adding. So, again, we're not asking you to be like the Dodgers. Just do a little more and give Aaron Judge a legit number 2.
They're bringing up Swish in the chat, and I love Swish. I'm a big Nick Swisher guy. But the Yankees would have been perfect. The Yankees would have been perfectly fine letting Nick Swisher play first base, which was their original plan. And they went out and got Mark Teixeira. Now, where is that mentality? Where is that mentality? Where you could have had a very good playoff caliber team, a team that could win a world championship with Nick Swisher at first base, with the other guys you had around him, and he said, we're going to get the best first baseman or one of the best first basemen in baseball and stick him over there now because we can. Now we're waiting for the Yankees to get a buy one save 50% off coupon for fucking Cody Bellinger. That's where we've gotten. This is where we've come to. Luke Weaver was too expensive for them.
They didn't even.
I mean, think
They didn't
about
even make an
that.
offer.
Think about that. They said that Luke. They admitted it. That Luke Weaver was too expensive for them.
What did he sign for? Let me see. I'll pull it up.
It was more than I probably would have honestly felt comfortable giving him.
I was 11 million though.
But come on, dude. I mean, think about it.
AAV, that's a lot. At 2 years, 22
I
million.
get it. I understand. That's what I said. It's a lot. It's more than I feel comfortable giving him. But they
But you don't go out and say we couldn't afford him.
we can't afford Luke Weaver.
Just go out and say we're moving in a different direction. When we want you to lie, you don't lie. Which is funny about the New York Yankees. You lie when we know that what you're saying is bullshit. But then when you should just not say something, you go out there and put your foot in your mouth. And this comes from Brian Cashman, from House. It's a sickness within their organization. Because Brian Cashman sits there and tells us, well, Anthony Volpe didn't have, it was what is it? Maiden voyage, sea legs, didn't, whatever the fuck he said. I mean, what are we lip reading fucking Harry Potter books to make up excuses for Anthony Volpe? Like, what are we doing, man? And then we got to sit here and wait for this for him. This is the savior of the New York Yankees again. You passed up on guys like Corey Seager, Trey Turner, because you had Anthony Volpe. Enough is enough. Let's move on. Turn the fucking page. Ryan Weathers.
You want to talk about Ryan Weathers?
I mean, I like the move, man. I think
let's bring it down. Look, let's bring it down a little bit. So we'll talk about Ryan.
Let's bring it down.
We'll talk about Ryan Weathers here for a minute. It was a quantity over quality trade for the Miami Marlins, and somebody said, well, why are the Yankees doing so much business with the Marlins recently? Well, because isn't the Yankees' entire minor league team all now player development people with the Marlins? I mean, they all came from the Yankees. They all know the Yankees farm system.
Or is the Marlins are like the thrift shop for the Yankees?
Well, let me ask you this. Before we get to Ryan Weathers, were you upset that the Yankees didn't trade for Edward Cabrera?
No, not after seeing this.
Seeing what? The trade for
Weathers. So I liked Weathers before, like, again, people might not believe me, but if you remember in 2024, he pitched a pretty good game against the Yankees, and I posted about it. I think it was 5 innings with 3 hits, and Soto was one of those 3 hits. So
yeah, he
it's
pitched
like
well against the Yankees.
Exactly. So since then, and I was seeing him dotting 99, I'm like, I was like, this kid's nasty.
Look,
and even if
can I put you on time? Look, it's not about losing Luke Weaver or that we wanted him back or not. It's the fact that the Yankees they're openly admitting a guy the stature of Luke Weaver, they're telling you they can't afford to sign him. That's a problem. That is a problem to me. I'm sorry.
It makes the organization,
it just makes
look
them
laughable.
Look bad.
The
yes.
Yankees not paying for players and this is what people don't believe it, but yes, this is talked about within the Twitterverse of how sad it is. The Yankees have to pay for their own Wi-Fi on planes, and then now mind you, there's a lot of things that the Yankees organization does really good for their players, but it's just like they tack on to what they say. And then what other thing? It makes it look like we're a penny pinching organization, and I never thought that I would think about that when I see the Yankee logo. And if you guys don't just shut the fuck up and stop talking about how much you spend, that's what people are gonna look like. You listen, your father, how he spent years growing this fucking brand, and this team, and look up how much net worth the Yankees are now. That is where your true wealth is, in the equity. Who cares if you can't make an extra $5 million or $10 million at the end of the year because you put it in back to the team? What, like, I don't understand this. I really don't. At the end of the day, look at the teams that are out there: the Dodgers, the Phillies. Like, oh, man, it really.
I think what we all want. You can correct me if I'm wrong here, and I've said this a bunch of times.
Wrong.
I think what we all want is if the Yankees don't win a World Series at the end of the season, the day they get eliminated, to at least be able to go to bed at night and said they did everything in their power to try to win.
Correct.
And I haven't felt that they have. And when's the last time you felt that they did that?
Honestly, if anything close to it was 2024, and again they made the World Series. They said, "Fuck it, I'll give you King, I'll give you the one of the top 3, because it wasn't even the top. It was one of the top 3 pitching prospects we have. I'll give you Brito, give you everybody. Give me Soto," and they went in. They also got Jazz. So I mean, it's like that's the only year it happened. And look what the Yankees made it to the World Series. So within this entire Brian Cash, I like to talk about post 2017 because that's when Girardi was here. By the way, the Yankees haven't won since I think we can all say that
haven't won without an Italian manager.
Okay, so that's.
And by the way, Jorge Posada is Italian.
Thank you. But so they pivoted 2017. By the way, again, 1 game away from the World Series with that team that nobody expected that would happen, right? You fire that guy, say, fuck you. We're going in a different direction because you're speaking too loud and too harsh to Gary Sanchez. So you go ahead with a soft-spoken Cupcake Bacon Boone, okay? You go into 2018, you get extremely right-handed. You go through the 2018, 2019, 2021, then you go and flip the switch. You start doing it in 20, and you go extremely left-handed. But my whole point about the Boone era has been the Boone era has been basically the nonchalant. It's okay. We're with making it to the playoffs. Bullshit narrative that they're trying to spew. That even Michael Kay does sometimes on his show. I never understand. One day Michael Kay wakes up and he speaks like us. Another day he wakes up, it looks like they say, Michael Kay, you were pretty harsh last night, and he goes the opposite, and then he shits on fans the next day. I mean, what do you expect fans to do? You saw that in 2017, what happened? You saw in 2024, it's not that hard, right? It really isn't. Like we say, get Bo Bichette, fuck it. That's it. Get Bo, get Freddy Peralta. How does this team look right now with that too? You want to trade for another outfielder? Go ahead. Why are you worrying about what your prospects are going to be? You have Aaron fucking Judge and Garrett Cole coming back. Like, the fact that you're not going all in with pocket aces is insane. Like, you've had pocket aces for the last, 7-8 years? When did we get Cole?
2020.
5 years you have pocket aces, and you went all in once? My God, you're a horrible gambler, bro.
I really don't even feel like they were completely all in, because there were still some holes on that team. But they still got to a World Series because they made the one dick swing and move.
If they would have, I mean, Yamamoto said no to us, so I can't. But if the Yankees look at the pendulum swing of that year, if Yamamoto ends up going to the Yankees, they win the fucking World Series. But I don't. Oh my God, bro! But EMI is too expensive. Did we lose Christian? Hello. I think Christian froze there. Let's see if we'll get him back. This whole Verizon Elgato. Oh, snap.
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh, look, he's frozen.
Oh, but we're still alive, damn it. I'm jumping in.
Pete, is that you?
Yeah, who do you think it is?
Oh, what is this?
Christopher
Double
Columbus?
me. Oh, what happened to
Oh
Elgato?
my God, what a mess.
I might as well enjoy them big cans.
Oh, he's going to enjoy them cans. Hey, this is why we have trials and errors.
Oh, he's back.
Wait, he's back. Hold on. Wait a second.
It's Hal Steinbrenner. He's fucking up his internet.
There he is. He's back. All right, I'm leaving. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Do you have Verizon? Are you gonna get your $20? Yes. You're gonna get your $20 credit.
I have to get my $20. Yeah.
You know who's calling Verizon for his $20 credit? Hal fucking Steinbrenner. That's who. You better believe it. He's getting his $20 credit. Are you good, bro? I thought it was me. Then it was you. Oh.
I don't know. Maybe we're saying things we're not supposed to be saying here.
Oh shit! Maybe we're too right, man. I knew
we haven't even officially debuted the show yet, and they're already taking us off the air.
You already know. I want to remind the chat to please smack that like you've never smacked before. All right, smack that like. We got 250 plus strong here watching. Thank you so much. Smack that like, hit that sub if you haven't. This is a preview of the Bronx or Nowhere with my boy Christian and I, and there's gonna be a lot of passionate talk about the New York Yankees, real shit. Who gives a fuck? We're no filtered over here. All right, we speak from the heart. All right, we're longtime Yankee fans. All right, he loves Rocky. I don't. Okay. No, I love Rocky too. All right, I just don't love his. I love Sopranos.
I'm going to plug my new podcast,
There
The
you go.
Thrill of the Fight: 50 Years of Rocky. The debut episode landed last night on all podcast platforms. So if you're interested in listening to that, you can do so. Just search NYYST on your favorite podcast platform. It's on the very same feed that the NYYST podcast is on. And yes, NYYST is still going. We're releasing episodes every Monday morning. This is our final season, so please check us out there as well. Okay, so now that we've done all that, let's get to Ryan Weathers, okay, before we get kicked off again here. All right, okay, excuse me. So what were you saying that you were not mad about Edward Cabrera after you saw the Ryan Weathers trade?
I was more relieved. I wasn't mad that we didn't. I think Edward Cabrera, even though Ryan Weathers is also a little bit have an injury history, I think
a lot of it.
Yeah, I just think that what I like about Ryan though is the potential of him being a really good bullpen arm, even if he doesn't pan out as a starter. And the Yankees really need a lefty and a power throwing lefty at that, Christian. And the pitches that he has is, I mean, again, he's going to be there in there with Rodon and Max Fried, the Andy Pettit helping him out. So, I mean, I think that what he's going to get from this organization is much better than what he had in Miami when it comes to help. So there's a lot of upside there. And even, again, if he doesn't pan out as a starter, imagine we get Garrett Cole and Rodon comes back and he's having issues. We're talking about having him and Tim Hill from the bullpen, two completely different lefty pitchers. One's a power pitcher, and one's a ground ball guy. That's lethal to me for a lineup. It's two completely different looks. So there's a lot of upside on it.
I don't think the Yankees paid the price they did for a lefty reliever, though. To me, it seems like that they're looking for a project star, something that they can build on over the next couple of years, because he's not a free agent until 2029.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. What I'm saying is, worst case scenario this year, he could come out of the pen. That's what I'm saying. Once everybody's there, if he's a little wild or whatever.
But here's my big issue, because I'll be honest with you. How much do you know about Ryan Weathers being a Yankee fan? You probably haven't seen, outside of that one start, you probably haven't seen him pitch much, okay? Because there really isn't a lot of tape on him, first of all, in the last 2 years. Because what did he throw, 38 innings last year? That's the first thing. And I mean, how much are you really paying attention to the Marlins day to day?
Only when we play them, and that's about it. But
mean,
again, if you a lefty throwing 99, it kind of wakens you up. So okay. I mean,
he's got great stuff. I think we've all saw the highlights over the last day or so. 99 with the sweeper to change, and he's a guy that doesn't walk a lot of people. That's an elite combination right there. Excuse me. One of the drawbacks on Ryan Weathers is his fastball location, but that could be something that Matt Blake works with him on. The Yankees have already talked to him about how do you call it? About throwing his sinker more. They want him to feature his sinker more than he has in the past. So maybe that does unlock something with him. People, because look, even if I don't know a lot about a guy, once the Yankees acquire him, I'll start studying him a little bit. So after the Yankees made the trade, I started looking him up, and naturally, watching videos and reading about him. A lot of people, in Miami thought maybe last year would have been a breakout year for him, because that's when they really saw the uptick in his velocity. But that unfortunately was hurt again. Here's my problem with the Yankees, right? Now, The Athletic reported about an hour after the trade was made that this doesn't take the Yankees out from anything, that they're still going to try to get Freddy Peralta. But this is another situation where the Yankees are just, instead of getting the short thing, they're getting a project. Because you can't just put Ryan Weathers in the rotation and expect anything out of him, really. Because first of all, what can you expect out of him? The guy never pitches. He's always hurt.
Yeah, but what I think that the Yankees are trying to do is they're trying to bridge to when Rodon and Cole come back anyway. They really need, if we're honest, this year we just need him to be healthy for 2 months, and after that, then we'll see what we are when it comes with everybody else. So I don't think it's that bad, Christian. You know, like I don't know. Like I don't feel like it's not Freddy Peralta, but if you're talking about guys getting hurt, Edward Cabrera is an injury prone player too.
Which
And
is
look
why
at the haul he cost.
And this is what I wanted to bring up. This is why I was not in on Edward Cabrera from the minute that I heard the Yankees were negotiating, because we already have Edward Cabrera. His name is Luis Gil. I mean, you can debate me on that, but to me, they're basically the same guy.
I think Luis is better, but
They're both two guys that have only thrown 100 innings once in their career. They're both the guys that don't throw a lot of strikes. They're both the two guys that don't stay healthy. So why are you paying a premium for that type of guy when you already have one in your rotation?
I mean, again, you rather Blackburn? Wait, you premium? They traded 4 prospects. I mean, there were no, like, again, I like Dylan Lewis. Hasso was a guy in Double-A. He looked all right, but it's nothing that was going to help the Yankees now. I mean,
I understand that, but. And I think somebody in the chat mentioned this, and this is a great point. The projects are what you do after you get the main pieces. Get Freddy Peralta and then make this trade. And I think the fans feel a lot better about it.
I think if they get Freddie, I mean, I think we're a little bit. I think we're nitpicking a bit, because if the Yankees end up getting Freddie Peralta after that, who cares?
Right, but what have they done so far? We can only react. We can only react to what's happened or hasn't happened.
But if they don't get anybody, you're saying that Weathers doesn't help the rotation. I mean, you're basically taking Blackburn out of the rotation, bro. That's huge.
No, you're taking Ryan Yarbrough out of the rotation.
Well, it was, what is it?
You still have 4 healthy guys to go. You have Fried, Schlittler, Heel, and Will Warren.
Okay, so Yarby. Okay. I mean, there's times when they play entire week. Well, they'll throw an extra guy in to make a start there, but yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get it, but it's like, I think that deal was pretty much there. I don't know what's the holdup when it comes to Peralta. I think they didn't really like Dylan Lewis, so maybe that's why the Yankees maybe let's see what we could do, because I think they were hell bent on trading him. Baseball America ranked him 8th, and they were like, "Oh, we don't think he's 8th. Let's trade him now."
Well, I had read earlier before we started recording here. I read that the Marlins really liked Dylan Lewis. That the Yankees were he was supposed to be the number 2 piece in the Edward Cabrera trade, but they couldn't agree on what the number 1 piece was going to be. That's what I had read before we came on here. So that's somebody that Miami had their sights set on. So I guess then he just turned around and became, you would say, the main piece in this deal.
Now it's going to be interesting what's going to be.
There's a lot of potential.
Peralta.
There's a lot of potential here for the Yankees with Ryan Weathers. There is.
Yeah,
but here's my point though. Aren't you tired of talking about the potential?
Yes, potentials. I agree. That's what I was going to say. The Yankees have been living on upside for how long now? Oh, this guy could be very good for us. This guy could be whatever the case may be. How about you just go fucking get the short thing, dumbass?
Which is what I just said. Get him. Go get Freddy Peralta, and then bring me David Weathers. I just did it again. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
David Weathers. I mean, I'm just gonna. It's his dad. I don't think he minds. But I was gonna say, I don't.
It's
I'm just not
interesting knowing history that they were both traded from the Marlins to the Yankees.
That's pretty funny. I was going to say, I just don't think that people should be shitting on the move. I still think it's a good move.
No. I'm not shitting on it.
No, I'm not saying you are, sir.
It's fuck you. It's just one of these things that the Yankees do that pisses the fans off. It's like, why are we taking a second tier player when we have first tier holes? Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, second tier with the potential to be in the first tier.
Potential.
The underlying metrics for David Weathers are very, very astonishing.
And Anthony Volpe was the potential. Anthony Volpe was going to make Derek Jeter look like the fucking idiot from the Bad News Bears. Okay, that's potential. What does potential get you?
Listen,
you wish in one hand and you wish in one hand, shit in the other. Okay, that's what potential gets you.
Anthony Volpe has elite potential. Okay.
Yeah, elite.
Listen, I mean, what do you give Brian Cashemino a little bit of credit here? I mean, you basically traded 4 guys that I don't think are ever going to be. At best, Dylan Lewis is going to be like a power hitting 3rd or 4th outfielder and on the team. Like he's going to hit you 20 home runs and play great.
No, I'm not mad at any of the guys that we lost.
So I mean, David Weathers over here. Listen, the Yankees. What do you think is going to take to get Peralta though? Because if the Yankees end up swapping, I wish they would take Will Warren from us, but I don't.
Would
think
you
so.
trade it? Would you trade?
I'm trading Luis Hill for him if you're going to ask.
No, not Luis Hill. What's his name?
I'm not trading.
Rodriguez Cruz, or is it Cruz? I always mix that up. What is it? ERC? Rodriguez Cruz.
Well, he dropped the C, so it's ER now. Not
so,
ER.
which is fitting because all the Yankees pitchers wind up in the ER.
So
That's
they
a
have
joke.
they
It's
have
okay to laugh.
No, I'm just saying. I'm thinking they have so many like Ben Hess and Cunningham. So they have a couple of guys that are really really good. Honestly, I'm as much as I want to see ERC because I think that the Yankees. I don't know what they're going with. If they're going more towards the power pitching side, then you probably see ERC. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Would you trade Rodriguez? He really did drop the Cruz. Did he do that?
Yeah, he did.
Because he found out that's your names, so he doesn't want to be.
It was 2 last names. It's a Spanish thing. They don't use it here. That's why. Like I'm Cruz Rodriguez, so I mean I dropped the Rodriguez when I'm over here. So okay, so calm down. But I just think that me personally, I love both. I love ER and Legrande, which so I'm gonna call him that for a little bit because some people call him that, which is funny, but is Legrande.
So would you trade him in that deal if that's what Milwaukee?
I'm not giving him Luis Hill and ER for
would
1
you give?
year. I'm not.
Would you give Hill
Either or.
and Lagrange?
Either or, no. You get
So,
either or.
So you're not giving a prospect and Hill. It's take your pick.
No, I am giving you a prospect and Hill. It's just not those 2 pitchers.
No, that's what I mean. You're not giving either one of those 2 guys along with Luis Hill.
I'll give him like a Luis Hill and you got Lalane you can pick from either Ben Hess or Cunningham. Yeah, because they're a couple of years away. So either one of those guys and then throw in another guy.
So just say that you're a bitch and you don't want to win this year.
I'm not.
No, because you are.
You're losing.
What did we just talk about selling out to win this year? And then
Will Warren is still on this team. That's my issue. I don't believe in Will Warren much.
No, I don't. Look, this is where people get twisted about me and Will Warren. I think he's a good major league pitcher. I don't think he is, going to be Cy Young. I think he's he's going to be a reliable arm in your rotation, a guy that can pitch to a high 3, low 4 ERA. I mean, what's wrong? I mean, if you're filling out a rotation, what is wrong with that? Guy's going to make you.
There's people in the chat saying that it looks like we've been with each other for a long time because we're finishing each other's sentences.
Okay, you don't even know what he finishes. Okay,
exactly. Like, it is pretty weird that we've been finishing each other's sentences today. I will say that. That's
you are fake news.
It's pretty weird.
Okay,
but,
fake news.
But yeah, man. Listen, 1 month away from pitchers and catchers, right?
Well, less than that. I think the Yankees report on the 11th.
They do. I'm not sure.
I think that's what I heard.
So I mean, listen. How do you feel? You think the Yankees? I feel good about the Yankees' chances getting Peralta. If shit takes said that.
It's Scott's right, not Scott right. It's Scott's apostrophe S. Scott's right. Again, he says we're not Peralta away from winning the World Series. Any singular move the Yankees make, they are still not in my opinion, a World Championship team. So yes, any singular move that they make, that's why they have to make multiple moves here, and they're going to be in fucking Tampa in less than a month, and they haven't done anything yet other than what have they done? What have they done?
Sit on their asses?
I think if you look, this is what I talked about, like Paul Blackburn and Ryan Yarbrough and Ahmed Rosario. If you take a look at these things and how you fill out the back end of your roster, I have no problem with any of that. I think this is how you build a roster. You have a very versatile swing guy in Ryan Yarbrough. You have a right-handed bat that can play multiple positions that crushes lefties. When you don't have any right-handed hitters, the Yankees think they unlocked something in Paul Blackburn. Which, if you look, I mean, take out the game
Oh,
against.
God.
I mean, think about it. Look at his numbers with the Yankees. He got bombed against Boston, and then he really pitched well for the Yankees down the probably in a lot of mop-up situations. But maybe they think they found something. So you want to give this guy $2 million to see if you unlocked your next Luke Weaver? I don't have a problem with that. The problem is that these are your moves, and it's January 15th. That's what I have a problem with.
Remember everybody telling us we're overreacting because it's December? This is what we're talking about. It's a slippery slope once you start playing this fucking game, especially with Scott Boras. Cody Bellinger, I don't think is going to sign until Cal Tucker signs because that sets his ceiling. That's what it is. He's a younger guy. So I mean, that's going to set Cal Tucker's ceiling, and it's going to be interesting to see if there are any other teams that are going to swoop in with the Bellinger thing. But at the end of the day, the Yankees should be, while everybody's focused is on Bellinger and stuff like that, then where is the fucking Cashman? Oh my God, he traded for Rizzo and all this when that happened. Like, that's the Cashman that I need. I need a fucking surprise fucking a monster trade from the Yankees, a needle mover. All right,
Offensively, though, I don't think anybody's really out there right now.
not free agency.
No,
would
even
have to get
I
creative.
mean, in trade, who's
And
that?
the trade block, yes, but I'm talking about a trade
No,
that
but
you weren't expecting.
offensively, who do you think the Yankees can go out there and make a phone call about right now?
I don't know. People say Stephen Kwan. I mean,
Again, he's a good piece to the puzzle, but he's not a needle.
well, he
mover.
solves your leadoff hitter and he solves the issues at left field with defense. He's a very good piece.
Yeah, okay, but he's not Juan Soto.
Absolutely not. We don't have many of those.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I
though.
wanted Ketel Marte. Nobody listened to me.
Well, now you're not getting Ketel Marte. Nobody's
Oh.
getting him because they went and got Nolan Arenado.
Fucking no, bro. Call Texas about Seager again. I don't think. I mean,
Again, it's a lot of money.
contract is crazy.
That contract. I mean, you didn't give it to him 3 years ago, and now he's a guy that doesn't play a lot of full seasons. Another left-handed bat. I mean, I don't know. It has to be the right left-handed bat. I mean, if you let's just say hypothetically, like this was 2 years ago, and Soto was on the market, and we still had this left-handed problem. Yeah, that's the type of that. It doesn't matter. It's Juan Soto.
Mm-hmm.
But for Corey Seager, I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think. Guys that are 1-year deals. So I mean, I like, and this is the thing. When I before the show started, I went to 2027. The biggest names there are Jazz, Ozzy Albies, Nico Horner, and then on the pitching side is Tarek Skubal and Peralta. So it's like, who are you going to get that can, again, I like Nico. I think Nico is a good piece. If the Yankees get Bellinger and get Nico, that to me that would be amazing. I would be okay with the rotation being the way it is. But again, I mean, if they end up getting Freddy Peralta and Nico, I know you don't like it, but I think it still makes them a little bit better defensively in the infield, and it's a 20-point swing. You're going from an 83 OPS plus Anthony Volpe to 105 OPS plus Nico Horner, who's a really good defender. So what's gonna have to do is what is Jason and Spencer Jones gonna give you in left field, because we didn't get Cody Bellinger. But again, at what point are you gonna go to those kids? Because like you said, there isn't much out there. And I know you said, fuck it, give me Bellinger. But I don't know, man. Bellinger's so inconsistent, and I don't even know if that guy's going to go ahead and make this team is going to repeat a year that he had last year. I don't know.
I mean, if you look
Bellinger.
at his home road splits, he had like a 900 OPS at home and 700 on the road. So I think Yankee Stadium is a great place for Cody Bellinger.
So did Jazz.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. Do I want the Yankees to move on from him? Yeah, I do, because I'm tired of this friggin' game here. But at the same point, if we read right now he re-signed, I'm not going to be mad about it.
No, me neither. I'm not gonna get mad about it unless they're like, I mean, I wouldn't get mad about it if if they just, my whole thing is if they just do that again, we're running it back with the team that got their shit kicked in by our not one but two. Because if the Yankees were good against Boston and they were good against everybody else, but they had trouble with Toronto, I'm okay with that. But Boston has always played the Yankees well, no matter how bad they are during the season. And now Toronto is about to they possibly get Kyle Tucker with Dylan Cease. So I mean, like, let's not sit there and act like that's nothing. They're a much better ball club, man.
I think that the Orioles, Red Sox, and Blue Jays have all taken a step forward from where they were last year. Where the Yankees, right now, honestly,
are
you
fighting
have
to get to where they were.
right now are a step behind, at least a step behind where they were last year, because you can't run it back when you don't have one of your main pieces from last year.
Correct.
Cody Bellinger was their second best offensive player, or you want to say it was Jazz?
And that's my whole thing. If anything, you should have went harder to get Cody Bellinger and let Trent Grisham walk if you do. Because worst case scenario, you would have put Cody in center field and then you just put Jason in left. But no, the Yankees want to be the smartest motherfuckers in the room all the time and talk about Trent Grisham.
All right, let's close out the show on this here. Okay, you brought him up. Okay, you brought him up because last week, even though this might have been out, I wasn't fully paying attention to it. I knew the Yankees were at risk for that comp pick being dropped because they were multiple offender status. But Joel Sherman reiterated that it would have been a end of the fourth round pick, not an end of the first round pick, because of their offender status when he had Michael Kay on last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I had posted on X that it just shows the genius of Brian Cashman that he took this $22 million gamble for Trent Grisham for essentially a fifth-round draft pick. And then you got the mouth-breathing, low-IQ buttheads in my comments telling me the Yankees were comfortable giving him $22 million. No, they fucking weren't, okay? The Yankees weren't comfortable giving Trent Grisham $22 million. The Yankees played a game of chicken with Trent Grisham, and they lost. And it gets even worse when you realize that pick fell to the fifth round.
Yeah.
The Yankees, if the Yankees truly believed that they were comfortable and felt that Trent Grisham was worth this $22 million, they would have tried to sign him to a longer-term deal. They thought somebody would have been in on Trent Grisham on a career year and thought they could get a draft pick out of this. No, come on, Kevin. Tell me I'm wrong. The Yankees did not want Trent Grisham to accept a qualifying offer.
I agree with you on that. I don't think it was more about like, yes, they played their cards and they shit the bed. They don't, and this is my thing. Like, they're bad at gambling because you have pocket aces, like I said before, you don't go all in, but then you do shit like this and you want a tippy toe. Do I think it was only because of the draft pick? No, but they're like, I might as well try and get a draft pick out of this situation, kind of like that. And Cashman's words, right when he accepted, was like, we were very comfortable and we not very comfortable. He was like we knew there was a great possibility that he was going to accept, and is that so? It's like it's kind of like dancing around that. Yeah, you knew that it was a great possibility that he would accept, but also that he wouldn't. So again, you're gambling. That's what it's called. And honestly, if Hal's telling you, I don't want to go over 305, and you give this jackass $24 million, you lost. I'm sorry, because he has to do something that he hasn't done for his entire career, and is have a career year back to back. He hasn't done it. And I understand that people look at the underlying metrics. There's a lot of players out there that had good underlying metrics, like Profar, Kendrys Morales, and guys that didn't pan out because people paid them out because they had one great year out of a bunch of shit years. Okay? What I saw from last year was the same nonchalant fucking attitude of Trent Grisham not giving a fuck about anything when he's playing the outfield. They made excuses that his defense wasn't great because he had a hamstring issue. All these fucking excuses for everybody, but when it comes to, I'm done. I'm done with this shit, bro. So yes, to an extent I agree with you that the Yankees gambled. Do I think it was solely on the draft pick? No, I don't. But I was like, they were more like, yeah, let's try to see what maybe we could get a draft pick at least out of it and go from there. Like, and it's fucking absurd.
Why didn't the Yankees put a contract in front of him, say, all right, you know what, $22 million for you for 1 year is ridiculous, but what if we
2 for 22?
2 for 22.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
That's more than double what he made last year. So you mean to tell me, let's go back to 2025, right? Let's go back to the offseason coming into 2025 here, where the Yankees didn't non-tender Trent Grisham, where a lot of you said that they were stupid. Oh, why would you offer him 22? Why would you offer him a contract? And bitched that he got $5 million. And now you're telling me that it's okay, we're giving him 22.
That's the Yankee
Some of
bullshit
you,
for you, bro.
some of yous really need to look in the mirror and understand how dumb you are. Okay? It's okay to look. I don't want we come on here, we talk a lot of shit about the Yankees, but it's also because we care.
Absolutely.
I don't want to come on. It doesn't matter if it's here, doesn't matter if it's on NYYST, it doesn't matter if it's on X, it doesn't matter. I don't want to post and talk about the Yankees negatively. I love this team. I want to talk about them positively. I want to talk about them making the right moves. I want to talk about them winning baseball games. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get fucking agita from the New York Yankees.
Aye.
But what I'm going to do is I'm always going to be honest, give you my opinion, and speak fairly about what I see happening in front of me, okay?
We know we got to be better. Okay.
Okay? Scumbag. Tell me he doesn't listen.
We have it right in front of us. All right.
Okay.
Right in front of us. What does that sound like? I mean,
But
listen,
some of yous out there, let me just finish this point, please. Some of yous out there will never take a swipe at the Yankees.
No.
I don't know if you think that Brian Cashman's going to call you up personally and say, hey, buddy, you want to come work for us? Or do you think they're going to take your fucking season tickets away or whatever it might be? But it's okay to criticize the team. It's okay. Okay? It is definitely okay if something that this team is doing wrong to come out there and speak out against it. The Yankees aren't hiring you. They're not going to take your tickets away. Everything will be safe for you if you say something negative about the Yankees, okay? Because all I see is people that never take a shot at the Yankees, never speak negatively about the Yankees. All I see is a guy sitting in the corner while his wife's got somebody over. That's what I see.
On his laptop, looking at spreadsheet.
I see you sitting in the corner. Well, you know, Ben Rice was the unluckiest hitter in baseball last year. No, it's okay, buddy. She does like that. It's okay. Give me a break. I don't want to come out here and talk shit about the Yankees. Look, it's ridiculous that we've been in this same fucking holding pattern for how long? We started NYYST in the middle of 2017. We got to the friggin' Game 7 in a rebuilding year. I didn't think in 2026, when I'm closing up shop on the goddamn show, that I'd still be waiting for a World Series. But we are.
Wild. Wild.
So I'm sorry that this is something I devoted my life to for the last decade, and come on here and spend multiple hours per week dissecting this team, and they haven't given me that return yet, then I'm tired of it. I'm sorry that you could go through the history. All 508 episodes are up on your favorite podcast platform. Look, listen to them, and you can see, like, I was a lot more positive about this team than a lot of people were, but they've worn me down. I can't do it anymore to come out here and try to be rosy about this team. And I'll sit here and I'll try to rationalize what they're doing, even though if I don't like it. But again, like, the ultimate goal of all of this is to win. And what are they doing? What are they doing to win? I'm sorry, I don't get it.
They're looking at the underlying metrics is what they're doing. They're verifying that the data of batted ball, when it comes to the squared position of the launch angle of where you're hitting, as long as you hit it in that position, and we make torpedo bats to make sure that you do hit it and that specific spot of the bat, that you have the best chance of getting a home run. And if you don't get a home run, it doesn't matter. If it's okay if you strike out. And I'm tired of that. As a baseball fan, I'm tired of the three whatever fuck outcome of strikeout, home run, or walk. Walk is better than a hit. It's retarded. I mean, it's insane. So I don't want to hear this shit anymore.
So, look, man, I don't know how I got off on that of when it comes to Trent Grisham, but it's because you know, people are just like, oh, well, they're okay. They were okay. No, they were. I'm telling you right now, if you got Brian Cashman in a room where he had to tell you the fucking truth, he would tell you, I didn't think he was going to take it. You're on a budget. You're the budget Yankees, okay? You are the Aldi of baseball teams all of a sudden now, okay? That's what you are. You're the Aldi Yankees. Don't call them the New York Yankees. Call them the Aldi Yankees right now. It's
I
where you
call
go.
you.
It's where you go for secondhand fucking instead of buying Cheerios, you buy whatever the hell they are. They're still in the yellow box, but they're not Cheerios. That's what the Yankees do now.
So you mean to tell me that Hal goes into Walmart and goes to the clearance rack? I mean Cashman.
Great value, bro.
It's really a mind, and I think the fans that you're talking about. Listen, I like analytics. I like numbers. They do have a place in baseball. You just can't live and die by them because at the end of the day, I also have stats and numbers we can look at to hype up my argument. But then what you'll say is that your stats are better than the stats that I'm using. When at the end of the day, they're all fucking stats. All right. So I mean, my whole thing is the Yankees are not gonna employ you. Okay, it's okay to disagree with the New York Yankees. Winning baseball games again, just making it to the World Series. It's a new wave of fans in their early 20s or mid 20s that this is all they've seen. This is all they've seen. So they're okay with just making it to the playoffs. But they didn't see how it used to be, bro. And I get it that it's harder now to win. I understand that, but you're also not going. We're going to look back at this period and say, wow, the Yankees had the clear best hitter in baseball for about 5 to 7 years and only added another top 15 player with him or top 10 player to play with him once 1 year. And what happened? They made it to the World Series. Again, I don't want to hear about I understand Bellinger's okay. Give this man a top 20 legit superstar. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want a legit. David Ortiz had Manny fucking Ramirez, man. And then David Ortiz had Dustin Pedroia, had Hanley, had a bunch of guys around them. Why are we not putting? We're putting fucking Austin Wells and Anthony Volpe and McMahon. I said this. McMahon, I don't want him because why? The Yankees, now they're platooning him. Why? If you just want a defense, just go ahead and get Cabernet. You would have been able to trade him because he only makes $8 million and he's a righty. Stop getting guys from Colorado, man. I had to go off at this point because I just like I'm done.
Remember when the Yankees had a Hall of Fame shortstop, the captain of their team that won 4 world championships, and they went out and traded for Alex Rodriguez?
Where's that Cashman that had a cocktail and asked A-Rod, would you play third base? Go have another cocktail and ask Bo Bichette if he played second, whatever the fuck you want to do. But be that Cashman, man.
You know the difference between those two scenarios, though, Kev?
Dímelo.
The Steinbrenner that allowed Alex Rodriguez to come here is no longer with us.
You're right.
So, and I think I offended Crackle Nuts with my Aldi joke there. I think he's upset. He said they're still in the yellow box and they taste like honey butt Cheerios. I don't know, Crackle. I usually eat honey nut Cheerios, but maybe you like honey. Maybe you like something different. Okay.
He said,
I'm going.
I was gonna say he said me and you are have him aggressively eating Cheetos.
And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to Aldi on Saturday. I'm going to go pick up some things over there. I do like going to Aldi every once in a while.
Of course you do.
But that's for me to do. That's for me to do. I'm not running the Yankees here.
Okay, Elgato. All right.
I'd go to Erewhon if I ran the Yankees because I'm a fucking billionaire and I spend my money stupid like that. Okay.
Smack that like, hit that sub.
So I don't know, Kev. You got anything else you want to discuss? Or you want to get out of here?
No, before I have a heart attack. Let's get off right now. Let's see what the Yankees do, but before I fucking lose it again, bro.
I was hoping we'd. I was hoping
news, yeah.
we'd have some news here. So
we don't. We just got Elgato.
We got El Gato. So we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. A little preview of what the Bronx or Nowhere is going to look like when we hit the ground running in March. I want to thank everybody that's been with us tonight. If you're still in the chat, hit that like and sub here. And, as always, man, you can find me on Twitter at Christian_NYYST. Search NYYST on your favorite podcast platform. So you can listen to all new episodes of NYYST dropping Monday mornings. And if you're a Rocky fan or you just want to support me further, you can listen to the brand new podcast that I'm doing, The Thrill of the Fight, which will be dropping on Wednesdays. Debut episode released yesterday. Love you guys so much. Thank you again for all your support. We'll see you on NYY soon. Kev, last word's yours, buddy.
Gracias, señoras, damas y caballeros. Gracias por todo. Dale en el like y suscríbase al canal. Porque recuerde que los Yankees siempre serán los Yankees. Y si no te gusta, váyase a la mierda.
Oh, she likes that.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at their best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody moving the way that we moving.